We'll probably catch up some more a little bit later. Dawid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. We're just going to give it probably another minute or so, and we'll go ahead and get started on lesson number 5.
I see that record button blinking. So, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. I gotta keep up with it, right? Amon told me, but he's like, hey, don't forget. I was like, all right. So
Yeah, man. It's invaluable. What we're doing
absolutely.
is, yeah. Most High is using you tremendously,
Yes,
and so to capture it is priceless. Bottom line.
yes, absolutely.
And then two, when we talk later, I'm ready to really lock down the children's study. You know what I mean? We
Okay.
just yeah, I'll be ready for that.
Okay. That'll work. I'm really excited about that. Really
And
excited about that.
yeah, me too. Good to see Mrs. Bell on as well.
Mrs. Taylor, Samara, good to see you.
Good
I know,
morning, everybody.
Shalom.
broke a toe.
Okay, so Nicole. All right, you guys. Well, it's 7 after, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, U'ahavata et Yahweh Eloheka, El V'kol Levavaka, V'kol Nafeshka, V'kol Meodika, U'ahavaka L'reaka Komuka, Urukata Yahweh Eloheinu Melech Ha'alam. Which is to say Israel, Yahweh is one, and we to love Yahweh, our Elohim, with all of our hearts, with all of our soul, and with all of our resources. And also we're supposed to love one another with that same type of love. And we are to give him praise for what he is and who he is. Praise the Holy One of Israel. Last week we covered lesson number 4. Today we're going to go over lesson number 5. I'm going to probably switch it up just a little bit, like I said, just to kind of, so we don't get into some type of mundane routine. I think it's important to always look at other things that may help and assist us in this. So today what I want to do is I want to begin our lesson by going over something that I missed last week. Okay. And I feel bad about it because I said, well, because I look at the tapes after I'm done. And when I look at the tapes, I try to find a way to make sure that I cover all the information that I said we're going to cover. And then also too, to make sure that what I'm teaching is within line with, what it says. So try to find a better way to teach all the time. So I'm always looking at that to let you guys know that. So last week, I didn't get a chance to go over what we will call the prepositions, articles, and conjunctions. These are very important to understand. They're very elementary when we're looking at them. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you right quick and show you what they look like. Okay. Here it is right here. All right. So it's not really that more advanced. I don't look at things as, saying, well, you can't learn this because you haven't came to this point yet. You're going to have to know it either way. Okay. So what I want you to understand is that certain specific letters that are used in the Hebrew language, they represent the article, the conjunction, and the preposition, and they are prefixed to nouns and sometimes verbs. And so below what we're going to find are these prefixes, okay, in bold, okay, and prefix basically means put on the front of the word, okay. So a prefix is something that's put on the front of a word, okay. That's why it's called a pre, and it's affixed to whatever a noun, which is a word, or a verb, which is a word. So in Hebrew, you may have the verbs and the nouns might be the same type of word, which is interesting because in the English language, the verbs are not the same as the nouns. Nouns in Hebrew actually operate as verbs as well. Okay, so they can not only be things, but they can actually have action. Okay, so below what we have is we have the prefix in bold. Okay, they're in bold, meaning it's going to be a little bit darker. Okay, and we're discussing this noun called arets. Okay, and this is how you spell it in English. Eretz. Okay, it's not Eretz, it's Eretz. Okay, or Aretz. So remember, as I told you before, the Hebrew language comes in, packages. So either it's going to be a parent root, which consists of 2 letters, but that's the ancient. That's the ancient, to find out who the parent is. Okay, and then you have the 3-letter, which we have right here, which is the root. Okay, the language is about a tree. This is what the language is really about, a tree. It's about roots. Okay. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about before we dive a little deeper into this. I'm going to stop this and I'm going to share something with you right quick. I'm going to go to my whiteboard right here and let's go ahead and create this. So you can see my whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard? Yes.
Yep.
All right. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to draw a few things out right quick for us. Very basic. Let's say that this is the dirt. Okay, that's the ground. And then what we're going to have is we're going to have a tree. Okay, so where's the tree usually start from? Somebody talk to me. Where's the tree start from?
From the ground. Dirt.
The roots.
From the root.
Right.
Right.
From the roots. Okay, good job. So basically what it is, it starts off as a seed, right? Starts off as the seed, then it bursts into roots. Okay. Okay. Now, generally, the roots system grows as the tree grows. Okay. So here's my point. Tree comes out of the ground. Now, what is this called now?
Stock.
It's a stalk, exactly. Okay. You could call that a stalk or you could call it a stem. Okay. 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 In Hebrew, it's called a stem. Okay. And down here, called the roots. Okay. This is what I wanted you to know about this language. Okay. All right. So we got the roots, we got the stem, right? When this first started, when this tree first started, it starts off with 2 roots. Okay. Which that's why it comes up like, like here. So let's just make these 2 right here the parents. Okay. These dark ones right here, these super dark ones, the main ones. Okay. The darker ones I got right here, let's make those the parents. Okay. And as you see, there's other ones that come off of the parents. All right. So when this tree grows, it then takes on other. It grows from a stem and then it starts growing out. Right?
Right.
Okay. All kind of branches, right?
Right.
You guys follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the ugly tree. Right?
Uh-huh.
And then leaves. Okay, and then you get your what? After you get your leaves, what may happen? What will start growing on the tree?
Your fruit. Fruit or
Your
whatever.
fruit. Yeah, so you get your fruits, right?
Yeah.
Right, and guess what? The apple tree doesn't have different type. It has one type of fruit on it, right? So whatever the fruit is, it started where?
From the root.
It started on the root. The root determines what the fruit is, okay? So the
Right.
root is responsible for the fruit. All right. Now, in the Hebrew language, you will be able to, let's just say each one of these roots right here, or excuse me, each one of these branches that were coming off of here,
Mhm.
it's a different way to communicate, something. Okay. And what I mean by that is there's 7 different ways to speak in language. Okay. There's 7 different ways. And what I only want to deal with right now is just to let you know there's a one way called a simple action. Okay. You can talk it simply. Okay. Very basic, simple thing. Right. And you can do something in a very intense way. They have a different type of intensity. These are things that we really haven't been taught in the English language. Okay. And if we have, it's been confusing to us. We don't really understand it. And then the third way is something that's called a causative. It could be cause, you speak in a very causative way. Okay. Now, I'm giving you just a little bit of, someone put your phone on mute because I'm getting some feedback. All right. Thank you. In these ways that I'm mentioning right now, and the last one is called a reflexive. And reflexive means that it's going to be something that you do to yourself, like you dress yourself or you feed yourself or something like that. Okay, so it's reflexive. All right. So each one of these ways has 2 ways it can be done. It can be done actively, like the person can actually do it themselves, or they could do it passively. Okay, so you could do actively or passive. I'll give you an example. Say I broke a glass, right? Say I broke a glass. I actively broke a glass, right?
Right.
Or the glass was broken by me. Do you see that? So one is actively doing it and one is passively being done. Okay. For it to be done intensively, I can say instead of breaking, I can say I smashed the glass. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't want to lose anybody. I smashed the glass. Or the glass was smashed by me. Okay. That's intensive. Okay. And last but not least, the causative is I caused the glass to be broken. I caused it. Or the glass was broken. It was caused by me breaking it. Okay. And then the last one is I broke the glass on myself. Reflexive. Okay. So why am I telling you all these little things right here? What I'm trying to let you understand is that the language is not complicated. Well, we have to understand how things are being spoken. Okay. And that's what we have to understand in this language. Okay. It has roots, it has a stem, and off of its stem,
Branch.
it tells you, gives you the branches. And so the branches are the 7 ways that things can happen. Those are the branches. The stem is the very simple, it's called a call stem. It's called, you've probably seen it in your Bibles. When you look at the grammar, it's called a call stem. Okay. And it means it's very simple. It's just a very basic action. Okay. So everything stems from this basic action. 7 different ways. So that's how we're going to have to learn this language. If I teach it to you like in one way of thinking the call stem, then you're going to be misled. You're not going to understand that it's really a tree. You have to know all the different aspects of it. Okay. So what we're dealing with right now is, where are we right now in everything? This was the whole reason for this exercise. We are right here. We're right here. It's going to have to take time. So with anything, there's a process of growth and development. You will grow. I want to let you know that. All right. So I don't want you guys to get frustrated. If you don't get it real fast, don't worry about it, because this is where we're at. We're right here at the bottom. We're right here underneath the surface. We're not at the top. We're underneath the surface. And so we can't. So if everything is underneath the surface, can you see everything?
No.
So
No,
no, you can't.
it's like we're
We don't-
building a foundation.
Yes, we're at, exactly. Thank you so much for that. We're at the foundation of it. All right. And so I don't want you to, get discouraged. If you don't see anything right now, be like, oh, well, I'm just learning the roots. I'm learning, the language. Okay. So they go be like, so do you speak it? Like, no, I just know a couple of letters, or I just know a couple of this, or I know a couple of that. I don't want you guys to get discouraged. Okay. We're right there at the bottom. All right. And that's okay, because that's where things begin. Let's get to the lesson. See here. Share my screen. Where did it go? Here you go. All right. What do you guys see? What do you see?
Arthur, your name has started screen sharing. It's buffing
Okay,
right.
so I gotta go. So okay, so sometimes it takes a little time for it to catch back up, but let's get it. Red. There you go. Thank you for your patience. I'm trying to keep this going. All right.
There it is.
Now you see where we were last time. Okay,
All right.
cool. All right. So let me tell you about an article. Okay. An article is basically like a finger pointing somewhere. Okay. It's just like an arrow, right? Meaning like, let me use this, let me see. That's an article. You see me put that arrow?
Yep.
You guys see that arrow?
Yeah,
Oh, it's little. Can't see it. Okay.
there it is.
Yeah, we
Right.
can see it. It's little.
Okay. All right, it's little. I don't want it to be little. I want it to be bigger. So what I'm going to do is do this. An article is literally like an arrow. Okay. And what does an arrow do? Or a finger? What does it do?
Point to in the direction.
Yeah, it points to something. Okay. It points you in a direction. Okay. So it's like, and it's an identifier. Like, I'll give you an example. I got 3 books on a table, and I say, give me that book. Well, the question would be is, which book? Right? So I would either have to point to the book to let you know exactly which one I'm talking about, or I would have to describe the book to let you know which one I'm talking about. Right? So I got 3 books there. They all look the same, except for one is a little bit smaller than others. I say, give me the smallest one. That's literally like what they call an article. Okay. An article points you in the direction. It's like attaching an arrow or a descriptor to what you're talking about. Okay. So that's what articles do. This word Eretz by itself is just a land. It wouldn't be the land. It'll be a land. And that could be any land. You understand? So in Hebrew, they have a letter that they use, which is called the hey. And remember, does anyone remember what the hey mean? What does it mean? You can look at your charts, make sure you have your Hebrew charts that I sent to you. What does it mean? What does a hey represent? It means to what?
I didn't get my chart.
Oh, we'll request it. I'll give it to you. It means to look
Okay.
or behold. Okay. So that's what you're saying. Look at or behold. Okay. Look at something like when you look at the stars. Okay. That's what the letter hey means. It means to behold. Okay. Let me show you something. What do you guys see now? You guys, it says Resh.
West. It's really small.
What do you see now?
Okay. Let's
'Cause I
see.
can't. You see a person and it says, hey, right?
Right.
Okay. So this means this is the letter hey. Okay, this is the name of it, but this is the name of the letter. The letter hey. Okay. You guys with me?
Yep.
All right. And hey means to behold, to look, to sigh, to take a look at. So this is what that letter means. That's what that letter means. Okay. That's what it means. It means to look. And that's what they call a definite article in Hebrew. Okay. So there's several different articles in Hebrew. And by the way, in the English language, there are no definite articles. Okay. Meaning no letters that represent a definite article. That's what I mean by that. Okay. So the hey means what? It means
Look, to behold.
it means to look. Look and to behold. Good. You guys give me some class participation because I'll know that I'm doing my job and I know that you understand.
Okay.
So the hey is the. That's what it means. Okay. So a lot of times you'll probably look at this and go, well, a lot of times when you're going to start reading, you're going to be like, well, is this part of the word? No, it's not. It's attached to the word. It's prefixed to the word. So my point is to let you know that there are words that are going to have things attached to them. And you got to know what these letters mean. Because if you don't know what these letters mean, then you'll think it's part of the word, and then you'll never understand what the word is saying or what's being spoken. So that's why I want to go over these letters with you today. Okay. And you have to memorize them.
I was going to ask, I had a question about, so that hey would be an article. So considered an article?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's considered a definite article. Yes.
Okay.
Good. Yes, you're absolutely right. And you guys make sure you ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. So this means a definite article. That's what it means. Okay. And that article is speaking something. It's saying the. Anytime you want to say the, you say ha. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's do an exercise right quick. Let's just use English for now. If I want to say the sky, what would I say?
Hey, sky.
Hey,
I would say ha
Sky.
sky.
ha.
Ha
Yeah.
sky. Okay.
Ha,
Yeah. But we're going to use Hebrew. We're only going to do the Hebrew article, but I'm going to use English as just to kind of get you used to it. Okay. So if I say the car, right, and I want to talk about a certain car, I would say what?
HEBRRAIC.
I would, ha car.
Our
Got it?
car. Yep.
Yeah, ha car. I wouldn't say ha car together. I would say ha car. Ha car. You got to let it be by itself. Even though it's attached to it, it's only attached. You'll know what it's talking about. But when you speak it, that's why that vowel right there is a long vowel. So you can say ha, and people will understand what you're saying. Ha, whatever. Ha car, ha, ha box, ha lamp, ha whatever it is. And then all you're going to do is switch up the word from, okay, so let's just do this one right here. So what is that? That's land, right? So say it, the Hebrew article, it'd be what? Ha land. Ha land. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you the word for land. The word for land is aretz. You say aretz. Okay. Aretz. So when you say ha aretz, you're talking about the land, not a land. You're talking about the land or the land. So it's very specific. Okay. So we don't get, and there's all type of lands. But if you want to be very specific about it, you would say ha land or ha retz, the land. Okay. And everyone would know what you're talking about. All right. So that's how you say the, okay. If I want to say the boy, okay, the boy is called, when you learn in Hebrew, his name, a boy is called Yaled. This is his name translated, Yaled. Okay. So how would you say the boy?
Hey, Yaled.
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 Okay, so if I transliterated it and I put it in English, it would be H-A, and then it would go Yaled. Ha Yaled. If I say the father, it would be how you say father?
Father.
Yes, but how you say it in Hebrew?
Abba.
Av. That's the father. Ha'av. Remember, it's ha, and you can see the ah right here underneath this vowel right here with that H sound. So all you've done is you've switched your regular H to this H. That's all you've done. You've accepted it now. You go, you know what, for me, this is no longer a hey. That's the name of it, but it's really in my mind, I got to change it to an H because that's what they did. You understand? So that letter script is really this. You see, so you got to get your mind to accept certain things. Okay. So the aretz is the land. Okay. The land. Now let's go to the next one. Does anyone have any questions about an article? And there's more than one, by the way. I only want to deal with this one today, so I don't get your brain going. So this is the one, and they're easy. They're just based on memory. Okay. So the hey means to look. Okay. It's very, very specific. Look the land. Okay. The land. Okay. So they use the letters as grammatical tools. That's what I'm trying to show you. Okay. Any questions about this? And don't worry if you forget about it, because we're going to go over it again. Okay. Moving on. What letter is this? It was in your lesson last week.
Wow.
Good. That letter right there is a wa. Remember I told you he's going to change it to make it a vav because they want to, Europeanize it. So it's really a wa. Okay. All right. So let me just change this right here and put my little extra on it. There it is, a wa. Okay. All right. So wa. It's a wa. Okay. And it has a ah sound underneath it. So how do you say it?
Wow.
Wa. All right. It's wa. All right. So let me explain to you now. So you noticed last time I said, oh, if they put a dot over it, it's an O sound. Right. So a wa can be used several ways, okay? A wa can be used as a conjunction. A conjunction means adding, putting something together, like a, by the way, what does a wa represent in a picture format? What is a wa? You guys remember? What does it
Stab?
look like?
Was it stab?
It's a tent peg.
Or
Yeah.
tent?
Yeah, that's right.
Look.
And a tent peg joins the tent rope from the tent to the ground, right? So a wa is used in how many was are there in scripture? Over how many?
50,000.
50,000.
Hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
So basically everything is held together by a wa,
Hmm.
because wa attaches. This is why they use the word and for wa. You see the connection between the agricultural perspective of the tent peg and the grammatical tool that they're using it as? It's making a connection, it's holding things together. So when I say the father and the mother, I would say, you know, Av, and then I would use that's the father. The Av is the father. And then I would say Wa, right? I would say Wa, and I would say Wa aim. And then I would put the mother's name here. Wa aim. And so you connect these two people together through the Wa. The Wa means and, okay? But it also be used as a vowel. And you'll see that like when our last lesson we had a Wa and had a dot over it. And you say, well, what's the sound? It's an O sound, okay? And the Wa also had a dot on the side of it. And what's that sound? It's a oo sound. It's a U sound, ooh, okay? So it's used for different reasons, okay? But what we want to talk about today is the conjunction, how it's being used to join things together. Conjunction means to join, okay? Put together, okay? So this letter is going to be on front of a lot of words because there's over 50,000 of them. And what they do is they attach what was said to the next thing that's going to be said. And this way, when you read the text, the Hebrew text, you'll be able to understand, say, oh, well, those two go together. And you're like, okay, that sentence right there goes with this one. You go together, okay? And so you don't get lost, all right? So it's conjunction. So a wa is a conjunctor, okay, in grammar, okay? Wa. So how do you say this word right here, this whole word right here?
Wa, a.
Ya'aretz.
Yeah.
Oh, that word. I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's
Wa.
over here, I'm helping you by showing you what is over here. And then they translate it into English over here. So if you want to know what and is, you go wa is and then aret is right here, land. Okay. Now you say, well, where's the word the or the letter A in this thing, right? This is put here because in Hebrew there is no letter A. The letter A does not exist in the Hebrew language. I know this is confusing, but it doesn't exist in the Hebrew language. The only reason why they're putting this A here is because they know that you and I, the only way we can understand it is if we have a word that's implied there, like is or are or a. If we don't have those things, then you and I would be like, well, and land. We'd be like, what is that? Because we don't understand the culture, okay? So the definite article is this one, meaning the land. If it doesn't have a definite article on it, it automatically defaults to a land, not the land. So there's a difference between the land, a very specific, versus a land, which could be any land. But you don't see the hey in this word right here. So that's why it's not the land, okay? Okay, so it's wa aret, all right? Wa aret, all right? That's conjunction. And guess what? I got good news for you. There's only one conjunction in the Hebrew language. It's this, the wa. That's why it's 50,000 of them. So once you learn that and you accept in your mind that this little tent peg means and, you're good. Because there's 50,000 of them. So you have to accept this today. And it's something that joins this together. And that's it. Don't bother yourself with it anymore. It is a tent peg that's used to hold things together, and it's and that's it. There's nothing else. Okay.
Yeah. I got a question.
Sure.
Okay. You know how in English language, you can have one word meaning the same thing. Now,
Yes.
is in the Hebrew, can aretz mean something else other than land?
No.
Okay,
I'm glad you
good.
mentioned
That's
that.
good to know.
You're an ex. No. What you said was powerful, because that was something I was going to talk about. In English, you got a word called, what's that word?
Two.
Two. Yeah, two. You can go all kind of ways.
What's this word?
Two.
Two.
What's this word?
Two. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Two. Right.
All right. So, all right. And then, okay. So do you see what's going on here? It's not a concrete language. All right.
Right.
Which means that it will confuse you, because when you're talking to someone, you don't know what's being said unless you keep talking. That's how they do it. They're using letters and words to confuse you. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this one up here, and you tell me what it means. And I want to see if someone is perfect example. This is show you how corrupt the language is.
Oh,
What word is that?
Cheer.
Huh?
yeah.
Or tear.
Ah!
Right.
So, well, what does it mean? Like, come on.
Right.
Like
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Okay.
Just to understand.
So, all right. So, that's it messes you up. All right. And then,
Yeah.
you got TE. You guys, I could go on and on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
There. Right.
Okay.
Which there?
Do you know why they did this?
Confuses.
You know what? Like, let me. I'm laughing right now, but I feel like crying,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you why. I want us to really take this in. Do you
Create
know why they did that?
thought.
Do you know why they've done that?
Why?
I want you to think about it. If you kidnap somebody and you know that their way that they think is one way, okay, all you got to do to really mess them up is you can
Confusion
create
language.
confusion.
Mm.
That's why our kids don't do well in their schools, because there's confusion. The way that we're born and the way that our mind works, we're very concrete thinkers. And what they've done is they've introduced what they would call, new ways of doing things. That's why we don't understand certain things, because they did that on purpose.
Mhm.
In the Hebrew language, there is no letter A. There is no letter is. There is no phrase is. There is no phrase are. What is that? They mean absolutely nothing. These things don't mean anything. Okay. When we talk so concretely, so literal, that there is no ambiguity at all. You understand? If I say shate, you would know that means two. If I say rosh, that's one. That's it. You already know. The root will never change. They don't play on words. The only reason they're playing on words is because even in the legal law system, we can't even read the language. That's a language they designed to keep us confused.
Mhm.
So you would never know what they're talking
Right.
about,
The legal.
and you'll get caught up, because words create emotion. It makes you feel a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing is the preposition. I didn't want this class to be a downer. The preposition here is to give you a position,
Mm-hmm.
a preposition. It lets you know the location of something. That's all the word preposition is. It has to do with that which is in a certain location, or gives you what they would call an orientation of something. or where someone is going or where they're coming from or where they're at in the situation, okay? So when these next few prepositions that we have here, we got about 4 of them that are used with letters only, okay? But there's other prepositions that are words, and I don't want to go into that because that's further into the grammar. All I want to share with you is letters in Hebrew are used for articles, okay? An article, for a conjunction, and here are the prepositions, the positions of things. We'll let you know where they are. So one of the first ones is called the la. And this is the letter lamed. And what do you guys remember about the letter lamed? What does it mean?
Now,
Staff, leadership.
It's a staff. Yes, a staff and leadership. And what is the name for God in Hebrew with using the L? You guys remember? They would put the they put the aleph right there, right? And they would call it L. Okay. And so you see, this is the strong authority, right? Right.
mhm.
So God, that's used the name for God. Okay. So when it talks about strong authority, okay, God's strong authority, his staff, right? You can see they're using the lamed as a staff because what shepherds do, they would lead with the staff to somewhere. So they decided from a cultural standpoint, the letter L deals with leading and leadership and guiding. Okay. So it gives you a position, right? So the lamed is a letter that's used to show someone where to go. It means to, and it also means for. Okay, F-O-R.
How do you spell Lamed?
Oh, you spell it L-A-M.
Uh-huh.
I'll write it. L-A-M-E-D. Remember that. I'm sorry, my finger just went off
Okay.
because I'm using it on the little pad here. L-E-D.
L-A-
Lamed. Okay.
E-
L-A-M-E-D. Okay.
Oh,
And the same letter, yeah, but remember the ancient is Lam, right? It's a Lam. That's how you say it in ancient Hebrew. That's the mother and father, Lam. Okay. That's how it's said. That's the ancient name, Lam. The modern name is Lamed. Okay.
okay.
And if I change one sound from Lamed to Lamad, Lamad means what? To learn. Lamad means to learn. Okay. This is the name of the letter. This is the name of the word to learn. So I just changed the sound. So all you got to do is change sounds and you have the same consonants and you can have several different meanings that come out of that one root just based on changing the sound. You understand? That's how powerful it is, that I don't need 100 words for one root. I'll take one root and I can create different sounds to give you this essentially the same meaning, but a little different. Like Lama could be to teach, to lead, to instruct, to be a student. You guys ever hear of a book called the Talmud? Is the Jewish book called the Talmud? You ever hear that?
Yeah.
It's called the Talmud, right?
I think I heard you talk about it.
Yeah. Talmud. Okay, and this is a Jewish writings. Okay. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, that's their book. I don't want to have nothing to do with it because that's, they're not us, right? They're trying to pretend to be us. Then I said, well, let me research it and find out what's going on. I know that the letter T right here means you in Hebrew when it's attached to the beginning of a word. I scratch out these vowels because they mean nothing to me. They're just sounds. And what do I got left? I got the lamed, I got the mem, and I got the D. And if I take that lamed and I put up some sounds in it.
You learn.
Yes, you learn. So Talmud means you learn. That's the name of their book. You understand? You see?
Yeah.
So but it's the lamed, the mem, and the what? The dalet. So how was I able to gather this out of there? Because if you know what these letters mean, like right here, I know that means to learn. So when they said Talmud, I was like, okay, I know what it is. You understand? They think they're slick, but they're not. Okay. So that's the kind of things but you want to know your enemy. You understand? I go to Jewish synagogues all the time and I trip them out because I know what they know. And they're like, well, how do you know this? Who taught you? And I tell them I've been taught by the Most High. The name that you guys won't call on, I call on that name. So the lamad means it's a preposition to live your location, meaning two or four. Okay, but here just telling you about two, but it also means to four. The next one is the bet. So you can see letters are being used by themselves to give you what? Location. So a preposition, that means in. And why? Somebody tell me, what does the bet mean?
Bet.
What does it represent?
The
Yeah, but the
house.
bet means it's the tent, right? It's the house. It's the dwelling. So if I say, why would they use it for in? Why would they change it and use it for in? Somebody tell me. Why would they say that? Well, let's use this for in.
It's being in the house, in the tent.
Because you would go in the tent. It's in the dwelling. You see? So they're using the letter that's attached to the object, and the function of it is to go in. So what they're using is the letters, the Hebrew letters are being used to give you positions to let you know how you function. You understand? They wouldn't use the lamed to go, they would use the lamed to go to the tent with the shepherd's staff. They use the bet because it's a tent, meaning, well, what do you do in the tent? You go in it, you dwell in it, you live in it, you eat in it, you sleep in it. You understand? So they use this letter to tell you what to go in, and it has to do with the tent.
Right.
The lamed is talking about where I need to go, leadership. The wah is the tent peg. The hey is to, hey, look, you guys, look. You guys get the connection, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So where it's deep, it's deeper than me just telling you the grammar. Well, this is in, this is this and that. Connected to what it means. What it means. Okay. Let's look at the next one. This one here is called a mem. It's like the M in mother. Let's say it. Mem is the name. It's just M-E-M. Mem. That's the name. But you already know the sound. Somebody tell me the sound of this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's not hard. That's it. You already know the sound. Mama. Move out the way. Okay. So it's already there in us. Okay. But the Hebrew meaning of mem has to do with water. Okay. It has to do with water. And I'm going to show it to you. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, but I'm going to show it to you because it's one of my favorite slides. Water. Okay. Remember the mother's name is what? What's her name? I'll put it up here. Somebody that's been doing their homework. You tell me how to sound mama's name.
Aim.
How do you say mother?
Aim.
Aim. There you go. So Aleph is strength, and this is water, and it's called the strong water. And why is the mother called the strong water? Because she is the what?
Glue.
She's the glue. Yeah. She's the glue that holds the family together. Okay. You understand? So how do we attach water? Why would they use the word may here or am, this mem? Why would they use, anytime a mem is attached to a word, it means from. Okay. So why would they do that? Why would they all of a sudden decide, well, let's just change it and let's make the mem, from, How did they do that?
From the mother, coming from birth. From.
Well, think about it. From is always, guess what the people always had to do? Yeah, okay, who just said, who just spoke? Who just spoke? Sister Koti, what's your name?
I go Sister Cam or myself, Melissa. Both.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's true.
I want you sisters to tell me something. I want you Kotis to tell me something. If all of us were living in tents together, okay, all of us are living in tents together, and we're all a community, and we decided to go hang out and all this kind of stuff. You guys got your tent, you know, your families. I got my tent, my family, and we're all living. What will we need in order to survive while we're out there?
Water.
Water.
All right, right. So is the water next to the tent, or you have to go walk to it?
You have to walk to it.
All right. So what we would do is we would travel from our tent. Okay. We would take a walk and go to the water. We'd have to go and walk to the water and take it from there and bring it back. Okay. So this is reason why they're using this word, this letter M, because it means from. It means to go to the water. From the water. You got to go to it and take from it and bring it back. That's why they're using this letter here, because it means from.
Thing, right? That we went to the watering hole.
Yes. Remember how Rivka, and which is Rebecca, and Raquel, how they would go and when they wanted to find a wife for Yitzchak, Eliezer, Abraham's servant, said, when I go get some water, you know, whoever pulls water for me from the what? From the water, from the wells.
Yeah.
So it's always about going to the water. That's the reason why they use this word from, because it's a cultural connection between the water and the people. So as you can see, when we talk about this language, it's about how these things connect to our way of life. You understand? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that means from. That letter right here just means from. This letter means in or with or on. This one here means to or for. This one means and by itself. That's it. And the hey means look, the land. Okay. Okay. So they're using these letters for these words. So once you learn these, you'll be able to put your sentences together because you already started learning your words. Okay. The next one, the final one here, and these are just letters. There are actual words that actually are prepositions as well. Okay. They're actually words, real literal words that could be used as a preposition. Okay. One of them that they have is called an all, but I ain't gonna go there right now. And all means on. We'll get there when you get in our lessons. We're going to do that. Okay. The last one that we want to talk about in this segment is the letter Kaf. Okay. And Kaf is spelled. It could be a K-A-P-H, or you might see it, someone spell it a C-A-P-H. Who cares? It's Kaf. Okay. If you want to remember what it sounds like, I want you to take your palm of your hand and cough in it. When you cough, you what? You put your palm of your hand in your mouth, right? That's the letter Kaf. The letter Kaf means the palm of the hand. The palm of the hand. You see how you just coughed and used your palm of your hand to cover your mouth? Cough. Okay. You can remember it by saying cough. Cough is the palm of the hand. Okay. The palm of the hand. And so they decided to use this word, the Kaf, okay, to mean like. So if you want to say something is like something, you go like a land, like ka'aretz. Because the palm of the hand were used for a lot of things. Okay. What do you use your palm of the hand to hold?
Staff.
The staff, which is the lamed, right? The Kaf letter is like this. It's look like a C. And here's the L. So if I showed you these two letters right quick, the first thing you would say is, oh, that's a Hebrew letter for, you would say call. That's how you say call, okay? Well, tell me about call. Well, in Hebrew, the word call means all, A-L-L, okay? Real simple, call all, okay? Well, give me the what I just told you, what the cough means, the lamed means. What does this word all really mean? Call, what does it mean? Look, tell me what the first letter means.
You,
Cough in your hand and then tell me what
like,
it means.
you mean like to
No,
cough.
that's a grammatical. That's grammar. I don't want the grammar. I want the cultural aspect. Cough is the palm of the hand, and the lamed is what I told you it was.
To hold.
The
Could it mean
staff.
like-
And this means all, huh? That means all in Hebrew, call, okay? So it means the palm of the hand with the staff in the hand, okay? Right? So it means the hand is on the staff, okay? Meaning that you have full control over what? All. That's why they're using it for all, because it's the staff in the hand. Here's the staff in the hand, in the palm of your hand, okay? You have control over all, okay? Aleph and the lamed. That means God, okay?
So the question,
Yes.
so this is like in the scriptures when it says that he will rule with an iron rod. Is this similar to what the meaning of this is?
Well, yes, it means that whoever holds the staff is the ruler. Yeah, with
Right.
all power. Exactly. Good job. Call
Oh, okay, gotcha.
over all things. It means complete authority, complete control.
Gotcha.
Because what do you do with your palm? You use you control things, you handle things.
Right.
You understand? So think of the function, because remember, the Hebrew language is about function, right? So here in the water was to go get it from the water and bring it back. So we're looking at the functions of the letters. This is functional. In the what? The tent. This is functional, using the shepherd's staff to go somewhere. This is functional. This attaches things and you understand? So the letters are function.
Gotcha.
You use your eyes to look, therefore you're very specific. It's not you're not being arbitrary in your thinking. You're not being ambiguous. You're saying what it is. You're moving away from being abstract, okay, to more concrete thinking. Because abstract is not the way of the people of the East. As you said earlier today, with all the different words that they have for one word. You know, you got 6 words for one thing. You don't know what are you talking about? I put up tear and people say it's tear.
All right.
I put this up. You know, I got bear, right? And you were like, what? Bear and then bear. What are you talking about? Why are you and look how they switch up the letters.
Yeah.
They have the same letters. They just switch them around.
Yeah.
To make it mean something else. That's called an attempt to be more than what you are. And that's what's causing confusion.
Right.
Okay. So those are what positions are, prepositions. Okay. Prepositions is letting you know the position of something. Okay. The in, from, the like, the conjugation, and the article. Okay. You guys learn anything from this today?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Learning so far? It's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I shared with you, and let me get right here. All right. We talked about the letter, where is it? I want to go over the ones that we talked about. Okay. So I want to go over the mem and I want to go over the cough right quick. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So this is the cough. Okay. The cough is the palm of the hand. Okay. This is what it means. It means to what? Bend. That's the function. You can curve it. You can tame. Okay. And
Yep.
subdue. Okay. Tame and subdue. Right. So we'll use that word all again. Okay. So cough is to bend what? To bend the staff. It is to curve the staff. It's to use the staff to tame. The staff is used to tame an animal. Did you guys know that?
Yep.
Yes.
When you gotta move a sheep somewhere, you use a staff to prod it. If it gets out of line, you actually use that staff to not to strike it hard, but to nudge it, to prod it, poke at it. Okay. You can also use the staff to defend the sheep. Okay. So call is so the letter here means to subdue as well. Okay. To take control over all things, to subdue all things. Okay. And it's done by the hand, the palm of the hand. Okay. Right here. These things are what's talking about bending. That's why those lines are right there. You can see the creases because it's there to bend, to curve. Okay. Well, let's get the so that's the name of the letter. That's the function of the letter. Let's figure out where it come from. And the cough is an ancient form, okay, of this letter is to open palm. That's what it means. An open palm of the hand. It means to bend, to curve, and to shape of the palm, as well as to tame or subdue as one who has been bent to another's will. So when you have El, the shepherd, it has call. He has El is Elohim. All God has all what? And power in is what? Is part of his name. Elohim, he has all power. Okay. He has all power. But he uses his power to subdue and to bend another's will to his will. Okay. So that's what the cough is for. It's for the shepherd to use it to tame and to subdue. That's what the shepherd's, that's what the palm is for. Okay. I want to tell you about the mem. This is how you write it, by the way. Okay. So you can see there's cursive on it, and what they got over here, you see this one is different. Well, those are called finals. And final coughs are the ones that are at the end of a letter or end of a word. So they look like a dalet, but it's really a cough. Okay. You got to know your differences. So here's the cough, looks like a C. Okay. And then also too, I think in the picture graph that I gave you, you see it looks like they put this look here called the palm of the hand, which represents the palm. Okay. So that's what that means. And don't worry if you forget it, we'll go to it. Okay. And as you can see, the lamed again is leadership authority. The staff is in what? In the palm of the hand. Okay. To guide. All right. Now, the one that I wanted to cover today is called the ma. Okay. And I mentioned the mem, but the ancient name for it is called ma. Okay. The picture graph of this letter is a picture of waves of water. Okay. It has a meaning of liquid, water, sea, any type of liquid. It could be mighty or massive from size of the sea and it means chaos from the storms of the sea. Now, to the Hebrews, the sea was a feared and unknown place. And for this reason, the letter is used as a question because in Hebrew, the word ma means what? That's what it means. It means it's a question. It's an interrogative. It's an interrogative word. It's asking a question. The question is what? So when you say ma, you're saying what? What is it? Like remember they said when Yah was feeding them in the wilderness, they asked manna. They call it manna. but it's called man. They were asking mana. What is it? What is this? What is it? So it means it's asking a question. It means who or what, when, where, or how, in a sense of searching for the unknown. And the reason why it's unknown is because they were afraid of the waters, because it's so deep and it's an unknown place. And that's why they say a lot of Black people don't like to swim in the ocean, because you don't know what it is. You're scared. You don't know what's going to come up on you, right? So we don't like the water like that, okay? So that's part of who we are, okay? We're afraid of that which we don't know. And what we don't know always has us ask a question. The question that you learned today, the word ma means what? It's a question.
Mhm.
Right? So if I was to ask you a question, I go ma, and you would go whatever it is. Okay. Now there's a Hebrew word that I want to teach you right now. Okay. And what is called chokma. Okay. Chokma. Chokma. I'll put that right there. It's a compound word. And I'll go pa, chokma. And chokma means something. Okay. So I already told you what ma means. Ma is a question, like what? Okay. Chok in Hebrew means power. All right. So when I say chokma in Hebrew, that word up here, who wants to take a guess what it means? Have you ever heard of it before?
Mother of power.
Chokma means this in Hebrew. The word together means this. Wisdom. So why would they use the word chokma for wisdom?
Wisdom is power? Or
Yes, you're almost there. Guess what it is? Wisdom is
she?
the power of what? The power of what?
Knowledge? No.
No, this is what it means. It means the power of what?
What? Oh,
And
I
I'll
see.
explain to you. So now I want you to understand something. I'm talking to you in Hebrew terms. So when you ask the power of what, you're really saying wisdom is the power to ask questions. If you say that you're wise, chokma, if you say that you're wise, it's the power to ask questions.
All right.
Wisdom is not an abstract thought. Okay, it actually has to do with cheese. That's a whole nother study. It's the power of what? It's the power to ask questions. Because the question is ma. That's a question.
Right.
The power of what? What is it? So if you don't understand something, the way that you use wisdom is ask a question. A lot of times we talk and we say a lot of things, but we don't ask enough questions. We defend our positions and who we are instead of asking questions.
Right.
Right? In order to become wise, one should be able to ask questions.
Right.
And question means to make what? Inquiry. You have to, in what?
Inquire.
Inquire. To make inquiry. You have to inquire. You have to ask questions. If you want to get wise, you need to start asking questions. If you want to know about this language, you need to start asking questions. The people that refuse to ask questions, they lack power. If you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't want to know what you're talking about, or what someone's talking about, don't ask no questions. If you want to obtain wisdom, you should use asking questions. That's powerful, is it not?
Yeah.
This changes a person's mind state. So what I do when I don't understand something, I ask questions. Even when I read something, I ask questions like, okay, well, why is this? Why? You know, don't just take it at face value. We've been trained to just accept whatever someone says and then that's it. And then it's good. and then we're good. And guess what the problem is? We don't ask enough questions.
Right.
I'm a franchise owner. I was a franchise owner. I own like several franchises, and they were called Massage Envies. You guys probably heard of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I owned three of them, and they turned out to be somewhat not so good because we didn't ask enough questions. When you do a business plan, you have to ask questions like, what are your potential threats and what can happen? Like, we praise the Holy One, we were able to get out of those deals before this COVID happened. But if you don't ask any questions, you could get stuck really, really bad if you don't understand something. So Ma is to know the unknown. Okay. Ma is the unknown. Okay. From that perspective. Okay. But it means water. It means liquid, any liquid. It could be blood. It could be semen. It could be anything, any kind of fluid. Ma. Okay. All right. It means what? And it means the unknown. Okay. That's what it is. Waves of water. Okay. But then the function of it, we're in the liquid, it said, what is the mother? She's the strong water, because they would boil the animal skins in water, and then the stickiness of whatever's in their skin would then, become like a glue. Okay. All right. Now we're ready to finish out with our lesson. Any questions so far?
Let's see. Inquiry.
It's the power to ask questions.
Do you happen to know why wisdom is referenced as a she in the Bible? Like, does it have anything to do with the wisdom?
And why is it? Yeah, it's a feminine noun, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's feminine. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sorry for laughing, but I got to tell you this. Did you guys? You probably didn't know this, but I'm gonna tell it to you. Did you know that our souls are feminine? Whether you're a male or a female?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
I felt
that.
We even though we may have we're men, right? We have a feminine soul. It's called nefeshka. It's feminine. Okay. Every time you look at a verb or an action in the Hebrew, when it deals with how we supposed to work and relate to the Creator, ours is more of being like a wife.
Yes.
Right.
I was just going to ask, is that why we are the bride, even though it's men? We are the bride of Yahuwah. That's what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, because we're his bride, right? And so what he says is this: you're my wife, right? And I'm your husband, right? And the way that you operate is one of love. You got to love me. I'm your only husband. You don't have another husband.
Yeah.
Our souls are feminine. So when he says, and also wisdom is known as, she's known as feminine. She says, seek her out. She says, seek out wisdom, right? She is more precious. And she's like a sister or a mother to us. Like she's teaching us how we need to be towards our husband, right?
That's deep.
So she's encouraging us and teaching us how we should be. And it's not, and let me be clear, it's not it is one of submissiveness, right? But it doesn't mean to be subdued by him, but it means to be pleasing to him.
That is deep.
Yeah. So when we look at being wise, the thing is if we're looking to our husband, we're asking him questions. Like my wife is, I love my wife. I love her. I love everything about her. And I've come to love her even more because if she asks me a question like, hey, what would you like for this? She's asking me questions. And I love it because it's like, you care about what it means, something means to me, and she doesn't, if just to imagine her mentioning, somebody else, it doesn't happen like that. Right. So Yah wants us to be a bride to him and a good woman. So a wise wife is one in the book of Proverbs that talks about how you should learn how to manage your home, and a good, virtuous woman, one who knows how to handle her house. And so Yah's put us over his house. So we're the soul, we're the femininity of when Yah said he created man, he didn't create, man doesn't mean just masculine. Man is feminine and masculine together. Then he separated them. So they're not individuals. They're one. They're one. There is no, there's none of that. So you look at it. It's right there.
That's why the body, the female body came out of Adam, not because it was a part of him already.
It was already a part of him. And if you look at the text, it says the residue. There's a residue of the spirit that was given from him, that was left over, that was given to her. It's the same spirit. It's a residue, a remnant of the same one. It's called the sha'ar. So he took what was left over, and then he gave that to her.
That's what's
that's amazing. It's wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's why when you read in the Hebrew language, you'll be able to find that, and you'll be like, oh, so she's a residue. She's not separate from him. She is a residue. They're one and the same. And it also talks about how when they look at each other, when a man looks at a woman, he's looking at a reflection of himself. And so if she's acting a certain way, it should let you know how you're acting before the Most High. And if he's acting a certain way, it should let you know how you're acting before the Most High. Because we're supposed to reflect, we're a mirror to each other.
Aki, that's why you say in Corinthians that they're one. When you become one with her, it's one body, one flesh, one ruah now, because you are actually you. She's you, he's her. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's a beautiful thing. Let me get back to this. So that's what ma means. It means water. It means an opportunity for us to know the unknown, right? And so we ask questions. When we don't understand something, we're supposed to ask questions. You guys get that? So asking questions is where it's at. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let me see. I want to go back here. Red, blue. Okay. Does it say the lesson number 5?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, so we're going to go through this a little quickly today. All right. So the first letter that we are going to discuss is called the Resh. That's the name of the letter. Okay. You see it?
No.
Oh, I don't see. I still see the screen with all the.
I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to go back in because sometimes that happens. Let me go here. All right, perfect. I'm gonna go right here. All right, there you go. All right, so here it is. The Resh. All it is an R turned to opposite direction. R like this is made this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is different. It's just the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this one is going this way, and this one is going this way?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they got their letter from our letter. That's where they got their letter from our letter. They just turned it around because they're going in this. We're going in this direction. Okay. I mean, they read this direction, so that's the reason why they turned it that way. Okay. So they don't want you to go read this direction. They want you to read this direction. Listen, what I'm about to show you. Look at how they wrote the letter. This is telling us this is the pointer going this way. When you read it this way, you see the red R is going this way.
Right.
You understand? So that's why you read from that direction.
Right.
And if you read from one direction versus another, you will then go in that direction. Mm-hmm. That's the Western way. This way is the Eastern. You got to change the direction of your mind. Okay, so that's the R sound, same as this R here, same, just in a different way, different direction. The opposite. Okay, same sound, The only reason why you know this name, rain, is because that's what they've been telling you forever. It's still the sound, okay? Next letter is called the shin, okay? The shin in Hebrew means 2 teeth. That's why it says it's 2 different ways, okay? It means 2 teeth. And the sound is shh, 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 like shh, be quiet, shh, okay? So how would you remember this, right? How would you remember it? It has 2 ways if you can sound it. You can sound it in an SH sound, and it also has an S sound, as in s, s, s. So 2 sounds. The 2 sounds are a sh and a s, sh, s, sh, s. Well, how do you know the difference? Well, when you put a dot over the right-hand side, it's a sh sound. It's a sh sound. When the dot is on the right-hand side, right here, shh, okay? If I want to make the S sound, I just take the dot and put it on the other side, S. Okay? So when you're reading, you got to know shh, shh. So I'll put it up here. You guys tell me what it is.
Shh. Oh, that's the S sound.
S sound. S, s. Good. I like s. Shh, 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 s, s, s. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you read it and you practice, you got your book. You just go shh, 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 shh. Practice it. Shh, 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 shh. Go here. Okay. So you got to get your mouth used to it. Okay. You never seen it before, but the name of it is called a shin. That's not the sound. The sound is a sh or a s. Okay. You already know what the R is, so you're already good. Okay. Now, the vowel that we have here that they're using is called, it's not called the wa. The consonant is a wa, but they got a name for this called a kolam. Don't worry about that right now. I just want you to know what the sound is. So forget about what it is. It's not important. What sound does it make? That's what's important, because we want to learn how to read.
Oh.
O as in open. That little dot right there is the O. Okay. The little dot on the top tells you the O. So what's the sound of this?
Oh.
O. Okay. What's the name of the letter? What's the name of this letter?
Wow.
Vav.
That's a wa.
Wow.
Wa.
Wow. Wow.
I told you yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Okay. That's a wah. Okay. I'm going to go over the practice with you. Anyone have any questions? Let me know. Okay. So here it is. Now it's a buildup of what you've learned in the last few lessons. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first line, and I'm only going to do the first 3. Shh. Sha. Say. She. Sha. Say. She. Sha. Say. She. Sa. Right? She. Sha. She. Sha. She. Sha. Say. She. Sha. She. Sha. She. Sha. Say. She. Sha. Say. She. Sha. Say. She. Sha. Say. You create whatever you want. It's your tongue, it's your lips, it's your air, it's your mind. You do whatever you want. Okay? Ray, re, rye. Ray, re, rye. Ray, re, ray, re, ray, re, ray, re, rye, rye, rye. Rye, rye, rye. Rye, rye, rye. Rye, rye, rye. I, 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 rye, rye, rye. Okay. Next one, because that's the I sound, remember? When you got those together, it's an I sound. I, long I, and then rye. Okay.
Right.
This is Ray, 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 and then Ray, as in it, but rit, okay, or rip. Right? R.I.P. You understand? Rip. Next. Say, 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 say. That's what you got to do. You're a child. This is not time to be an adult. It's time to be a child again. Get it? Have some fun. You think those people in those classes teaching those kids are going, all right, now this is row, this is show, and this is so. No. The teacher's going, okay, class, let's make a song. Row, show, so. You understand? Row, show, row, show, row, show, row, show. So you understand?
Yeah.
That's how you do this. Okay? Don't be too hard on yourselves. Have some fun. Line 2. I got now in line 2, what do I have? I have 2 sounds that are SHs, which is sh, sh. And then I have a sound between the 2. Sh, sh. So it's sh, a, sh, sh, a, sh, 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 Shaish, 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 shaish. Get your tongue used to it. Shaish, shaish. You understand? Shaish, shaish. Got it? Yeah. Now, this is not a sh sound. This is a s sound. So I got the I got the r. So I got s, Sar, 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 shay, sar, sar, shay, sar. So you go shay, sar. Shay, sar. Yeah, shay, shay. So you, let me ask you guys, have you ever said the word shaish before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Almost.
No.
Show.
You never said it before. You don't know what it means. Guess what shaish means? It can mean linen, and it can mean the number 6. You understand what I'm saying to you? Sar, 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 sa, sar, okay? So if you look at that word sar, right, you got the shin and you got the resh, right? Right? Is that what we have? Let's just write it right here. Let's write it down here. And let me show you something. That's sar, right?
Yep.
Right? I'm gonna put a letter up in front of it, and then you tell me what the name is. I'm gonna add just a few letters, 3 of them, and you tell me what the name is. What's the name?
That's a leaf. That's a aleph.
This is a yod. This is the shin. This is a resh, and that's an aleph. And then here's a lamad. Yisrael. Yisrael. Okay. So the part of Yisrael is, oh, look, there's God right there. Oh, and this is a yod. That means he. Oh, and sar means to rule. Oh, he rules with God. Oh, that's what Israel names mean.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise the Holy One. So seer or shear. 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 Here. Shear. Shear. How you say this one?
Sire.
Sure.
This is
Sure.
a
Real.
sound.
Or
So we got a sh,
Sure.
and then we got the next one is an O sound.
Yeah.
So show, and then an
Sure.
R.
Sure.
Shore. Shore.
Sure. Right.
And what we know as a shore would be put an E on it, it would be water. But guess what? You remove the E, you got an ox. Shore is an ox. You and I think of it as being a shore on a beach.
Mhm.
You see? Okay. Next one. How you say this?
sir.
There you go. Sear.
Side. Sheer.
Sear.
Sear.
Sear. Sear. But it looks like sir because it's like, you know, hi, sir. It's not sir because remember, there's a that'd be sir. That's sir. Ours is sear. That's an I sound, like an it. Okay. That little dot
That's
right
right.
there means an I sound, like an it.
Okay. Okay. I want
Okay.
to know it.
Next one. Tell me what this one is. Give me the sound for the first letter. It's a what?
Ra.
How do you say that? In rain, how you say R, and then
Rosh.
and then Rosh.
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 Gosh.
But it looks like rash, but it's not, it's Rosh.
Rosh.
Rosh. Okay, and what's the next one?
Rosh.
There you go. That's an R sound, and you got the O, and you got the SH.
Yeah,
Rosh.
Rosh.
And the rosh is the head. It means a head. That's your head, the top of something. Okay. You guys are doing excellent. I love the class participation. I'm excited about it because it means that you're learning. Okay. Next one, line number 3. We got some sounds here. Let's make them. Number 3, we got the B sound. And then we got the ah. And then we got the So that's what? Bar. You guys want to go to the bar? Bar in Aramaic means sun. Okay. Then we got nair. We got the n sound, and then the a. Right? Nair. Nair. Not the stuff you take your hair off with nair that you get from the store. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. This is the Y sound with the ah. Y R R
Yeah.
Yar. Never said that before, have you? Next one. Give me the letter sound. And then the next vowel. Ah. Lost short. Ah. And then the V sound. Doesn't have a dot, so it's not pregnant. Pronounce it there. Rav. Next one. What's the first letter sound? That's your mama. And I got the it from it. It. And I got this.
Mish.
Mish potatoes. Mish potatoes. Mish potatoes. Then we got the what? S sound. Because the dot's on the left-hand side. And then we got the S. Then we got the ah. And then we got the B sound. Sav. Okay. Sav. Then we got the S sound again. And then we got the it sound as in it. So there's it. And the M on the final mem is called what? Sim. Like the Simpsons. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you say sim. This first letter is what in English? It's an H.
R. H.
Ha.
Yep. The hey. And then you got the A. And then you got the SH.
Hey.
How you say it? Heish.
H.
You don't know what no Heish is?
No.
You may know what hash is, but you don't know what Heish is.
I don't know. What is it?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what it is. I only care about the sound.
Sound.
And you should not care about what it says.
Right.
Who cares what it means? We're just trying to learn how to say it.
Right.
Shh. And then what? Eh. And then you put the L on the end for the, you got shell. Shell. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Does this make sense? So practicing is what we did, okay?
Right.
That's how you should practice with yourself. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to have fun. Don't make this into no college course, okay? vocabulary words for today. You already know the first word over here on the right-hand side because we read from right to left now. We don't read from over here. We're no
Right.
longer reading from here. We're over
Right.
here now. So let's go here and it's called what it is. Well, how do you say that?
Shalom.
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 Well, let me do you a favor. Let me get rid of your training wheels right quick. Let me get rid of the training wheels. You already know this. No more training wheels. How do you say that?
Uh-oh.
Shalom.
Ooh, that's-
All because I took the vowels away from you. Yo, you want your training wheels? We could keep them. I just took your training wheels away from you. Or your binky. You know how a baby sucks on a binky until they learn how to drink, right? This is nothing but a binky. Now you say shalom. Say shalom.
Shalom.
Say it. Shalom. Do you need any
Oh.
vowels underneath it now? No.
No.
You don't need nothing now. It's just shalom. You already know how to say it. Peace is shalom. That's it. Okay. I want you to learn how to say heaven before I take away your binky. What is it? Shah.
Shah.
Shah what? Ma.
Shah. Shama. Shama.
Shah. Ma. And 3 is what?
B. Ba.
What's the third
No,
syllable?
3. Oh,
Im,
number 3.
M. That's a Y. That's an I as an I, and this is an M sound. So that's Sha Ma Yim.
Shamayim.
Shama. Sha-
Yim. 1, 2, 3. 3 syllables. Sha, first one. Ma, second one. Third one is a Y up here, and then the I here, and then the Im. You put them together, it's Yim. Shamayim. Shamayim. And Shamayim, and has the word Mayim in it. And Mayim is what? What does the letter M represent in Hebrew?
Water.
Water.
Water, yeah.
And the Shah means 2. And Mayim, so it's 2 waters.
Shama.
Oh.
And how do you get 2 waters?
The firmament separated?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me divide the waters from the waters.
Wow.
That's the
Hallelujah.
Shah. That's the Mayim, the 2 waters. So heaven is water.
Hmm.
Shamayim is water, 2 waters. One that's on the ground and one that's in the sky. One that gives you rain and one that gives you something to drink. You need both of them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Next word. First syllable is ah. The aleph is silent. There's no sound here. Just the vowel. Ah. What's the next syllable?
M.
Ma.
And then ah and then R combined. You got to marry all these together. All 3 of those sounds go together. How do you say it together as one family? How do you say it?
Shamar.
Shamar, Amar. Thank you. Amar.
Amar.
Means
Amar.
said.
Okay.
Amar. Aleph is silent. You don't have to make no sound. Silent. You only make the sound of the vowel underneath it. Because remember, Alephs are silent except if it has a vowel underneath it. That's one of the rules. Okay. And then you married all this together. It's Mar. Amar. Okay.
Amar.
Amar. Next 4. I got 2 syllables here. The first one is what?
Ba.
Shah.
Ba. The next one is, no, it's Ba. We're on line number 4.
I'm on the wrong side.
Ba.
Yeah.
And number 2 is what? What's the second syllable?
Ra.
Ra. So we
Ra.
got, how do you say the complete word as together?
Bara.
Bara. There is no vowel right here. So there's nothing to say because the aleph is what?
Silent.
Silent.
Got it. So it's bara. Say it.
Bara.
Bara means created. Okay. Next one, number 5. This has a dot on the right-hand corner. What's the sound? And what's this vowel on here? These 2 dots. It's an A sound. So you say shay.
Oh, she.
Okay. But there's nothing there underneath the other letters. So it's a final mem. So you got to make a marriage and a family out of all this together. So what do you say when you say all these together?
Shem.
Shame.
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 Shame. So your name is what they called shame in Hebrew. It's a shame not to know your name,
Yeah, it is.
Israel. So it's a shame not to know your name. So Shem is name. And Shem was the name of our father, which they call Shem. The proper pronunciation of his name is Shem.
Oh.
His name means name.
Huh.
And therefore, when you get the name of Exodus, his real name of the book is called Shemoth, meaning the names.
Mhm.
Oath is plural. You understand? Take the name and put the plurality on it. Shemoth. That means names. Shem is name. Shemoth is names. And this is the name of one of the sons of Noah, which our father Abraham is a descendant from. Shem is name number 6. Aleph is silent. Make the vowel sound, please. The aleph, this I is long, so this means that it's closed off. Meaning we make the next syllable is this sound is what?
Yeah.
So what you put the m on it is what? M.
Ma.
So it's ama what?
Amara.
Amara. Go ahead with your bad self. Amara.
I'm a rock.
So we got Amar, which means of masculine, he said, but when she said Amara, that ah right here is the femininity of it. She gets to say something too. Said is the same here as here, but this is without the ah, and this one is with the ah. If you look at it, it's the aleph, aleph, mem, mem, resh, resh. Well, what's the difference? Oh, here's the ah, the femininity of it.
Mm.
When she speaks, she puts an ah on it because she's a woman. She puts the softness on it. She doesn't need to be a man. She could keep her femininity and still say the same identical thing without losing any part of her character.
Yes.
You understand? You could be who you are, Amar, men, and then when she speaks, she's not downgraded. It's still Amar. It's Amara. Woo, you better hear what I'm saying. It's Amara.
Amara.
Amara. Okay, Amar is, you hear the hardness in that? Amar.
Yeah, Amar.
He is Amara. Woo, you better hear it. Amara. Is that not soft? Is that not even more beautiful? There's masculine and femininity in everything.
Yeah. Yes,
You understand? Now, the name here, let's talk about this one. What is this one? How do you say this? It's an S sound because the dot is on the left-hand side, and this is an ah, and you marry all those together. How do you say that?
Sar.
Sar. Now, let me tell you something. If I wanted to make it into a woman, what would I do? If I feminized, what would it be called?
Sarah.
Sarah. What's the name of our mother?
Sarah.
Sarah, that's her name. Oh, you better hear me. So what was she?
Our mother.
She's a ruler. You better hear what I'm telling you.
Sarah.
Our mother's name is in our name. Her name is Sarah. It's a sin, a resh, and a ah, which is a hey. You understand? That's Sarah.
Wow.
Remember her name was Sarai, but y'all changed her name to Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
That means ruler. Now I'm gonna freak you out right now. I'm about to put a yo, which means he, and then sar, which we got right here, and then an L right here. And whose name is this?
Yisrael.
Yisrael. So Israel, he's a ruler with God.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah was our Ima.
Yes, and her name is within the name of Yisrael.
Yes.
Yeah, Sarah.
Do you remember what he told her in Genesis chapter number 15, I believe? He said to Abram, I'm changing your name, but I'm going to change her name, and out of her is going to come rulers and kings. That's what he said.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Rulers can't come from somebody that's not royal, folks.
That's right.
Right.
You better hear me.
Make it play.
Number 8. How do you say day? That's a Y. That's a Y. Yom. That's the O sound, and that's an M sound. Yom. Yom.
Don't.
Say it. Yom.
Yom.
Yom Shalom. You know what I'm saying? The day of peace. Yom
Right.
Shalom. You better hear what he's saying. Number. Then he says what? Or. How do you say it? Or. Aleph is silent. The O sound and the R sound. You put those together, you got the word what? Or. You hear what I said? Or. This is where the English people get their word order. Because what? You don't have any order without any light. You cannot organize.
If you can't see.
If you can't see. Light or.
You better teach, man.
Rabbi. They got these people called rabbis. And guess what? They are rabbis. Check this out. This right here, let's say the word is rabbi, right? It's R-A-B-B-I, right? Rabbi. Let me tell you what Rav means. Okay, so Rav is the letter Resh, correct? So we got the Resh, and then we got the Bet, correct? In Hebrew, these two letters together mean increase. It means maximum. It means to increase. It means multiplicity. So when I say Todah, Todah means thank you, and then Rabbah means many. Todah Rabbah means many, many thanks. Todah Rabbah means increase. So if someone says that they're a rabbi, that means that they're master. A rabbi or rabbi means master. And the master is the master of the house. And the master of the house is supposed to give increase. Increase of what? He's supposed to have increase of knowledge. He's supposed to increase, because that word means multiply. He's supposed to increase your knowledge and your wisdom. Because when you ask them questions, they're supposed to be able to answer them.
Yeah.
If someone, you understand. So husbands are known as rabbis. They're known as rabbis in the house. They don't tell us that. We think it's these old Jewish guys. No, it's not. And guess what? All you got to do is put an "ah" on it, and it's a female. Rabbah. You understand? She can be a master. Why? Because Sarai was a master. Sarah was a master over Hagar. And she told her Abraham, she said, I don't want her around no more. Get rid of her. He said, well, do what you want to do, but she's your servant. She was a master. She was a master, which they call a mistress. So they don't get the master title, they get the mistress title. There's mistresses in Israel that owned slaves and told people what to do and had servants.
So they twisted that too, making a mistress a negative thing.
They made a mistress into a whore instead of her being a master.
Right. They cold, boy.
Wow, they cold.
Yeah, they are.
Masters of deception.
And then yes, now we got some sentences here now. Now we got sentences. Here's the sentences. Ruler of peace, how do you say it?
Ruler of peace.
Sar Shalom.
Sar Shalom. Sar Shalom. Ruler of peace. Somebody tell me what's the name for ruler? Sar. Shalom. Right here. Shalom. Day and night. How do you say day and night?
Yom.
And then take this as the remember we did this? This is the water. So it's
Yom Ah.
Yom La.
Yom La.
Lila.
Lila.
Yeah, night.
Lila. See this I sound? Lila. That's I, right? So it's what? Lila. Lila. Yeah, Lila. Okay. And you hear this feminine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You see that?
Yeah.
Next one. What sound is this?
Shame.
And then me. Shemit.
Shemit.
Shemit means my name.
Shemit.
And what's the name? That's English. I don't want the English.
It's
His
Levi.
name is not Levi. By the way, his name is Lewi.
Lewi.
Oh, the
His name is
water.
Lewi. Yeah, Lewi. That's his name. His name is Levi.
Um,
Now, does Levi sound like Lewi?
No.
Why, you want to know why they put Levi?
Because the change.
The big,
Because
V.
they changed it because they don't want you to know who you are. Lewi is an African name. You hear the Lewi versus Levi? It's Lewi. And if you go look on a pack on a emblem of a pair of jeans of Levi's, what you're gonna find is two horses pulling a man apart. That's what you're gonna find on the back of that label.
Right, that's their logo. That is their
That's
logo.
their logo where they tore us into pieces. Don't
Wow.
ever buy a pair of Levi's again.
Wow.
Wicked, evil.
Wow.
Whoa, wicked.
Remember I told you the power to ask of what? What did we got here? What is the word for what?
Wisdom.
Ma.
Ma.
Ma. Ma Shemo.
What?
How do you say name? Sha. Mo. His name. Shemo. Sha.
oh,
Mo.
Mo, yeah, Shemo.
Yes, Shemo. Shemo means his name or name of his. That his right here is this part. This part is name, shame, and then O.
Mm-hmm.
Shemo. What is Ma? You ask a question.
Ma.
Okay.
Ma Shemo.
Ma. Okay. Yeah, Ma Shemo. So if I ask you what's your name, I would go, or what his name is, I'll go Ma Shemo. And you would say, you would answer it in verse number 5 is what?
Shemo.
Shemo.
Shemo. Shemo.
Mo. No, just Shemo.
Shemo.
This is a O sound, Shemo. So Shemo what?
Shemo.
What's his name? What's his name? What's the name of our father? His name is
Abraham.
his name. No, his name is Avraham. There's no D
Avra.
right here. Avraham.
Avra.
Avraham. Okay. Avraham. And now,
Shemo
if yes, Shemo Avraham. So if you know what this word right here is, avar in Hebrew means to cross over. So if you know the roots of stuff, you'll know. And did he cross over?
Yeah,
It means cross over. Abraham means to cross over.
Crossover.
Crossover.
Mm-hmm.
What did he cross over? He crossed over the waters to go to the land Yah told him to go to.
Yep.
Okay, avar means to cross over. And ham means to what? People. Okay. So Shemo Avraham. Somebody tell me this one right here. First syllable, what? Ba. Ba what? Ba-ra. Verse number 6. Stay with me. You're almost there. Stay with me. Ba-ra what? Ba-ra el.
Bara.
And then Shah is the first one. Shama.
Shara.
That's a yod. So it's a Y.
Yem.
Yes.
Sharayim.
Shamayim. Bara el Shamayim. Okay.
Yeah. Barayim. Sharayim. Yeah.
Shamayim. Shamayim.
I am. Yeah.
Good.
Shamayim.
Somebody tell me number 7.
That's
Is the first one. The aleph is silent. You say the vowel underneath it. The second, Mary, that one. Put it all together.
Amar.
Amar.
First syllable. Ra.
Ra.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Third. What's this right here? Li.
Le.
And then
Li.
what? They're just li.
Yeah.
Sha.
Shalom.
So it's Amar, Rabbi, Li, Shalom. Number
Shalom.
1 is Sar Shalom. Number 2 is Yom Walila. Number 3 is Shemi Lewi. 4 is Ma Shemo. 5 is Shemo Avraham. 6 is Bara El Shamayim. 7 is Amar Rabbi Li Shalom.
Oh my
You
gosh.
guys just read Hebrew.
Yeah. That's
You
not.
just read Hebrew.
That's beautiful language there. That's
It is a beautiful language.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a
Man.
beautiful language. Do you know why it's a beautiful language?
It's our
Huh?
language. We
Because
used to.
you're beautiful.
Right.
No, the language belongs to you. You know why it's a beautiful language? Because you're beautiful.
Thank you very much.
A beautiful language for a beautiful people.
Right. That's right.
Okay. That's what it is. I'd like to thank each and every last one of you today for attending this class. It was exciting. You want a copy of it? Email me. I'll send you a copy of it so you can look at it again.
Yep.
Any questions, concerns, contributions, additions, subtractions? I'm here. Let's hear it.
Yes, I have two questions. First, I'd like to get the what you gave out last week. I think you said the definition of the words or something you gave out last week. Another thing is the first time I tried to email you, and you gave me the email, and the watchman gave me the email, and I couldn't get through, so he had to email it to me. So can I get your email again just to make sure that I get the right one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up for you right quick.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna screenshot it. I'll screenshot it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up for us right quick.
Okay.
All right. Let me see right here. Pull it up for you right quick.
Okay.
All right. Can you see the email?
Yes. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got a picture of it. That's what I think I was sending it to. So I'll try
whatever you want. Whatever you want, ask me for it. We said there was a document. What documents were you talking about that I
when you first started, you said I guess go to what you gave them last week.
go to your, okay, so you just tell me, this is what I want you to write down. Tell me to send you a copy of the Hebrew alphabet chart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it. Yeah.
Alphabet chart, right?
Yep, the Hebrew alphabet chart.
Alphabet chart. Okay. Yeah.
Ask me for that, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, and I appreciate that, and thank you for your time and your knowledge that you shared with me today.
Absolutely. And you guys, I want to let you know that I have a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to get to you after we get through the blue book. I got a red book that I want to turn you on to. It's really good. Okay. We studied a little bit out of it today with the prepositions, the article, and the conjunction. That came from the red book. I think it was important for us to learn those things because, as you can see, it came handy today, but also too, it gives you some understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, make sure that you guys get a copy. Stay with me, and I'll give that copy to you. All right, when you're ready for it.
Okay.
Any other contributions, additions, subtractions, anything? Anybody got any questions? If not, I'd like to say shalom to you. All right. And, you guys have a wonderful unless Derek has something
Sorry,
else to
Dave.
say. That's okay.
I can't hear nothing.
Oh, you can't hear nothing?
I can now. I can hear. Did you say?
Well, I was asking if you had anything that you wanted to say before we got off of the line.
Oh no. One, I want to say